What's up, guys and gals, and welcome to Veve Vibes, where I love talking all things Veve NFTs, speculation, and of course the market, as crazy as it is now. So I typically talk about in-depth market analysis, things that are happening to the day-to-day, what's up, what's down, what are some things that you can probably snag up right now that might do well later. But what's happening right now is a lot of crazy stuff. There's this huge retracement happening pretty much across the board on all NFTs, maybe not for a small handful, but for the most part, I just wanted to make this video to kind of talk about more of a general topic of what is happening in the market, why is it happening, and what you could do during the retracement, whether you're holding a giant bag of gems or a giant bag of NFTs that you just seemingly can't get rid of, or if you're somewhere in between. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. The first one, I would just want to show you guys some examples of how bad the retracement is. I wouldn't say bad, but just what's happening right now. It could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on kind of where you're at, whether you're holding gems or these NFTs. So you can look at some of the Mickey NFTs right now. They're pretty much down. The common as well as the uncommon are down anywhere between 27 to 40%, which is absolutely a massive drop off. So I wanted to kind of cover all of the basically high, mid, and lower tier NFTs through this. Superman is down 1,800 gems, so he's down 22%. And we're looking at pretty much across the board. If you look up any Spider-Man, they are all in the red. They're down 30%, 27%, 30%. So it looks like almost across the board, most of the Spider-Mans are down anywhere between 20 to 30% currently. And if we look at the Deadpools, and it's funny because all these things initially pumped 2 days ago. And then at some point yesterday in the middle of the day, they just started declining and selling off. And I do think there's a few catalysts that could be part of that. As you can see here, pretty much all the Deadpools are in the red right now. So, all right, so we'll go ahead and jump into it. All these things that I'm going to be listing here is a combination of my opinion, but also it's just factual information that I've gotten from on ecomi public platforms, Randy Chavez, Foster Hilt, as well as a few others, even on Twitter. A lot of this information you can just find publicly or just kind of listen in from your other content creators that do VV content. So one of the main reasons for the pump, in my opinion, and I think it's just public information, ecomi has said, is probably that this is the first two reasons. I would say there's 20,000 users joining Veve every single day. This is public information by Veve. 50% of the gems that were purchased in 2021 happened in December. So basically less than a month ago, 50% of the gems that were purchased that year all happened in 1 month, which is crazy to think about. Another thing too is that basically Foster Hilt did say that basically day over day, there's anywhere between 2 to 4 million gems that get purchased or like injected into like the Veve economy every single day. So 2 to 4 million gems, which is a lot. And that could sweep the floor of a lot of different things depending on who's purchasing it. And if you notice too, on the market during that pump, it started with the blue chip NFTs like Todd, Walt, Secret Rare Spider-Man, and a few of the other like higher tier NFTs. Then it worked its way down to like Wonder Woman, Superman, the other Batmans. Then it worked its way down even further to like Deadpool, Groot, Storm, and a few others. So kind of start at the top, because if I'm joining a platform and if I'm gonna invest tens of thousands of gems, I would want to know, hey, what do you recommend? And most people are going to recommend the blue chips and then work their way down. The second reason for the pump is that there wasn't a significant IP announcement that could basically rival Disney, Marvel, as well as DC during the after the 12 days of Veve. Like since Christmas, I think literally all we've had is like comics, independent artists, Sue Storm, and Mermacornos, which are all IPs that we've already had prior. And we're just getting more of it, which is nice, but like we're still waiting on a brand new IP. So because there's basically nothing new to get excited about, people just started buying up these blue chips and stacking up some of these NFTs, which is why that was the initial rise. So I think mostly right now, people didn't know what to do with their gems. They're just sitting on stacks and they're just going to buy up a lot of these NFTs, which is why you have things like Todd that was initially at like 3.7 during 12 days of Veve, and shortly after, I mean, we look at him now he's anywhere between 11K and 14K, just kind of depends day to day what happens. And another reason why things could potentially be pumping is just because Immutable X is right around the corner. I do think a lot of the independent artists and maybe even some NFTs that aren't Disney, Marvel, or DC related could do really, really well off platform. I will say it does seem like a lot of Veve content creators and whales and just everyone in general is focused so much on those 3 huge IPs, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I do think some NFTs that are basically like Adventure Time, a lot of the independent artists, and some of the other ones that if we're able to post them on Immutable X, even though it might be worth, let's say, 300 gems on platform, those things could go for anywhere between like $500-600 in ETH, maybe even more. Who knows? Because these people are so used to buying basically 2D NFTs made by honestly no name or artists, and then all of a sudden now we're actually posting licensed IPs by actual artists or just huge name brands and businesses that they're more likely to sell for more on off platform than on platform. All right, and now on to the reasons, in my opinion, why the market is retracting. And I think this one's kind of a surprise to no one, is that after basically 3 consecutive weeks on Veve of just pumping, things plateauing, and gems just getting moved around and different NFTs just getting pumped, is that there needs to be at some point a healthy level of retracement or backpedaling. the market can't just pump forever. Whether there's the stock market, fake markets like in other video games or in real life, at some point things just can't pump forever and plateau and just pump forever. There needs to be some sort of level of retracement. You could see occasionally that people do take profits, but for some reason I think it's just due to a lot of people on Veve are inexperienced traders, whether it's real life or whatever it is. A lot of them do chase pump, so I do think things were probably done pumping and plateauing, and maybe we're going to trace a bit, and people were just consolidating their NFTs, selling them off, and trying to pump it again. But I think now people are just kind of at their wits' end when it comes to literally gems or whatever it is, and things are just finally retracing. And I noticed that the Veve market is very volatile. It tends to go up very quickly, but also goes down very quickly as well. So that's just one of the natural forms of the market, is that at some point there needs to be a healthy level of retracement after there's been so many weeks of pumping. The next reason is kind of interesting. I would say it's kind of more speculative, but like Ron English did have a recent interview where he did say that he partnered with Veve, how they did his toys and all that stuff, but that they were also going to sign up with Pokemon in the near future. Don't tell anybody. I'm kind of a firm believer, in my honest opinion, that they've been partnered with Pokemon for a very long time, and they actually leverage that power to sign up with a lot of the IPs that they're working with currently. Right now, they're trying to work out all of the kind of like kinks with the app and things like that. I think all the way up to the point of Pokemon is just a trial run to make sure Pokemon runs as smoothly as possible for the community, for the app, for everyone. So is it going to happen in February? Who knows? It's just speculative, but he did kind of mention at some point they're going to partner with Pokemon. To piggyback off of that, Alfred Kahn did make a Twitter account not too long ago, and he also thanked a bunch of people for congratulating him on his birthday and all that stuff, and that basically Veve did have exciting things that were going to happen in the near future. Again, he is obviously very closely related and very intimate with Pokemon, but at the same time, exciting things to come. It could be Pokemon, who knows? There's a whole bunch of other IPs that basically Veve's partnered with. So it could be Pokemon, could be later this year, who knows? But I think a lot of that is speculative, which is why part of the reason why it's just piggybacking off the fact that the market is dipping right now. And speaking of Pokemon, of course, everyone is talking about Pokemon Day, which is February 27th. And this one's particularly special because this is going to be the 25th year anniversary of Pokemon. So a lot of people are speculating that between Alfred Kahn and Veve and all the other IPs that we have led up to this point, maybe this could be the reason why January is going so slow with announcing new IPs, that they have a huge one that's going to be announced at the end of February. Again, this is all speculative. Do I think it's Pokemon? In my honest opinion, no, but I could be wrong. I kind of hope that they don't announce Pokemon. I do think there's a lot of kinks with the app and things that they need to figure out first. But at the same time, if it is Pokemon, I'll be ecstatic. Am I ready? I don't think anyone's going to be ready for Pokemon at the end of the day, but it's kind of fun to think about at the same time. But at the end of the day, there is still a huge retracement happening right now. And the real question is, what can you actually do about it? All right. And these are 3 things that you can actually do, in my opinion, that some of the strategies I like a bit more than others. Some of them actually tie into each other, just depending on what kind of NFTs you have, whether you have a ton of gems, what do you feel comfortable with in your wallet, or things that you want to invest in. So it's really up to you at the end of the day, but these are just 3 strategies you can do while the market is retracing. The first one I'm probably the least fan of, which is just continue undercutting the people that are happening right now. You have NFTs you're trying to sell. This might even put you a little bit in the red or might lower your profit. But again, sometimes you just want to liquidate those NFTs as fast as possible, so you do have gems left over to either purchase NFTs that are discounted, and or there's a huge IP announcement coming up right around the corner, like Pokemon or whatever it is, and prices are going to drop even further, and you would do want to have liquid gems to either play the drops or just pick up NFTs that are on a massive discount. So even things like Mickey, if you're really good at timing the market, again, this is extremely hard to do because things on Veve change literally by the hour. I think the common Steamboat Willie topped off at 1.4K. Let's say you're really good at timing the market, you sell it at 1.2K. And that right now, Steamboat Willie comments are, I think, are about like 850, like 900 gems. You could probably just sell it at 1.2, wait a few days, and then rebuy it when it's at 180 gems and make some profit there. So again, it's a dangerous game, but there's legitimate ways that you could basically just get the NFT again and also have some gems in your pocket as well. The second thing you can do, which is just bag holding right now. Like if you do have NFTs that are in the red, or NFTs you don't want to sell and you think that they're going to go up in price, or if you feel like the market is going to rebound or rubber band back up, in my opinion, the best thing to do is just delist your NFTs. I think one of the best ways that we can do as a community, if you want the price to basically go back up, is delist the NFTs, make those floors look smaller, shrink those total listings, because I think right now some of the NFTs, their total listings are approaching an all-time high that they've even had when they were first put on like the Veve market, like the initial drop date and stuff like that. So some of the listings are getting so high, it's really discouraging people from even bothering buying them. But if you delist your things, and now we're starting to see bigger gaps between certain NFTs, people are more likely to buy those up and try and find a way to make some profit there. So in my personal opinion, instead of selling NFTs for a loss, you can always just delist them, wait for the price to go back up. Again, make those, make the space between those listings much, much bigger, and make those total listings shrink a bit more. The third thing you could do is, right now is the perfect time to buy. Some NFTs are cheaper now than they ever were, like even a week ago. So one of the things you can do is, while the market is retracting, you just continue to expand, right? So you can sell some of these NFTs now. This kind of ties in with the continue to undercut thing. So you can actually sell some NFTs for a loss. It's going to suck. But then again, you do have the liquid gems to buy other NFTs that are at a major, major discount. Buy those up. And then when they eventually rebound back up, you're going to be making some major, major profits. So right now, I think is going to be the perfect time to buy. It could be another day or so, which could be the actual perfect time, but no one knows. The same reason why you try to time the top is going to be really hard to time the bottom as well. And to be honest, when it comes to Veve, you're never going to find the absolute bottom, and you're never going to find the absolute top of NFTs. So it's usually better just to secure the NFT. And if it goes a bit lower, you know, it sucks that you didn't get the best price possible. And same thing with the top. If you buy an NFT at the top and it starts receding down in price, at least you secured the NFT at the end of the day. You know, of course, it sucks to get it not at the absolute bottom, and then you buy it at the absolute top. It happens, but it's so volatile. But just securing the NFT, in my opinion, is the most important thing. All right, and that's pretty much it, guys. If there's any other catalysts that you think are reasons why the market pumped, why it's retracting, is there any other strategies you guys are currently doing while the market is retracting? Do you guys think Pokemon's going to happen? I would love to see your guys' comments down below and kind of chat it up. If you guys do have any questions about what are some good things to buy during the retracement or whatever it is, let me know down below. I'll be more than happy to help you out. And stay tuned. I will be doing some more live streams. My last couple live streams actually did really, really well. I would love to do some collaborations here in the near future with other content creators. So stay tuned and check me out when you can. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys take care, and I'll catch you on the flip side.